It started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
So you were on the aisle. What exactly did you see?
We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Table. Yes. And what exactly happened? So someone got tackled, or like what?
Nobody got tackled. Okay. The guys came in looking for shooters. They came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something. But yeah.
So you didn't see the actual attack itself. Okay.
Huh?
We'll go quick. Just took one.
Come on.
Where are we going?
Let's push out back there. Yeah.
Damn, you're okay.
A particularly secure building, and I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen.
The raw, unfiltered reality hits you like a sledgehammer. A presidential candidate, mere heartbeats after gunfire erupts at a high-profile gala, doesn't deliver empty consolations. He assigns blame, reveals weaknesses, declares the venue fundamentally insecure. This isn't mere observation, it's strategic maneuvering. A former president-turned-candidate stands before America and announces catastrophic institutional failure, not just reporting events, but weaving a narrative. Then comes the chilling pivot from immediate crisis to long-range planning, transforming tonight's chaos into justification for his unprecedented security agenda. Drone-resistant barriers, bulletproof enclosures, military-grade fortifications. These aren't suggestions, they're demands. He claims security forces have craved for decades. Today requires protection levels never before witnessed in American history. Consider the ramifications a brazen attack triggers not just pursuit of perpetrators, but complete restructuring of power's environment. It's a manifesto that reality has shifted, that threats now demand extreme, almost authoritarian fortifications. He weaponizes trauma and terror to advance absolute control, impenetrable sanctuaries of authority. This transcends reaction. It's a roadmap, a terrifying preview of tomorrow where security means not protection but uncompromising, dystopian invincibility. It exposes leadership that transforms every emergency into ammunition for expanding an impregnable fortress of power.
Acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement, and this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful.
Chaos descended on Washington's elite, gathered to honor free speech, plunging them into living terror. Gunshots shattered the White House Correspondents' dinner, transforming a celebration of political discourse into a crime scene. America watched breathlessly as two towering figures dominated the aftermath: Donald Trump, the evening's surprise voice, and Dana White, the UFC chief whose confrontational presence symbolizes modern political combat. While the nation desperately sought clarity from the mayhem, Trump seized control, his immediate words reshaping perceptions of the attack, the response, and broader implications for a country drowning in political warfare. White's calculated silence speaks volumes, strategically allowing Trump to monopolize the crisis narrative, highlighting his unmatched position as the singular authority even outside office. This assault on a fortress-like venue sent shockwaves beyond physical boundaries, forcing brutal confrontation with public safety's fragility in supposedly impenetrable spaces. More than physical menace, this psychological warfare aimed to disrupt, terrorize, and silence democratic dialogue. Yet the human response Trump would describe revealed unexpected resilience, shared vulnerability momentarily, bridging relentless partisan warfare that defines our era, exposing primal survival instincts that cut through ideological divides. The question remains how long this unity endures and what hidden machinery already shapes this pivotal event's narrative.
A security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now, put out on Truth and put out on many of the platforms.
Witness the metamorphosis. Violence's immediate wake strips away all pretense as Trump analyzes the correspondents' dinner, designed to celebrate press freedom and bridge opposing factions. He suggests disaster achieved what diplomacy couldn't. The chamber instantly unified. He notes observing complete solidarity where division once ruled. Genuinely moving, truly inspiring to witness, he reflects, this observation carries layered meaning, celebrating human resilience where collective danger dissolved political enmity and media hostility into shared ground. Survival instinct and mutual protection obliterated ideological barriers, presenting a powerful, almost sacred vision of adversaries discovering common humanity through singular terrifying reality. It unveils often hidden compassion beneath political masks, yet deeper implications emerge. Such unity apparently requires catastrophe exclusively. Democracy's normal functions, routine discourse, fail to unite citizens, revealing devastating institutional weakness where only violent external force creates temporary peace and cultural warfare. Trump, masterfully reading human psychology, recognizes and amplifies this remarkable yet disturbing phenomenon, presenting it as profoundly moving, nearly sanctifying shared trauma as brief national harmony's catalyst. This statement subtly condemns normalcy's failure, sophisticated recognition that typical engagement defaults to fragmentation, conquered only when facing existential peril. Meanwhile, beyond those walls, genuine horror materialized an armed attacker attempting penetration of heavily fortified perimeters. This exceeded demonstration, it constituted direct assault on governmental authority and public safety. The sheer audacity, emphasizing alarming escalation in political climate and demanding examination of what drives such desperate, brutal action toward federal security with murderous intent.
One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun. And the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him.
The unvarnished truth proves undeniable. An assailant charged protective barriers wielding multiple weapons. This surpasses theoretical danger. This represents direct violent confrontation. The narrative paints visceral imagery of immediate mortal peril, neutralized by extraordinarily brave Secret Service agents, recognizing pure heroism and professional excellence under ultimate pressure. They reacted with lightning speed, language emphasizing the razor's edge between containment and catastrophe, where seconds separate life from death. Then strategic revelation unfolds for complete transparency and absolute clarity. I've ordered its immediate release. Trump instantly assumes command over information flow, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers to guarantee his interpretation controls the conversation. Expert contemporary political messaging sets the record, provides visual proof, executes under his terms. The language proves equally crucial. The perpetrator isn't simply criminal. He's a thug whose actions assault our founding principles. This transcends description, it's escalation, framing the incident in maximum stakes terminology, linking the attacker with assault on American governance itself. This rhetoric transforms security breach into defense of core national values, designed to rally support, emphasize threat magnitude, and justify immediate, overwhelming enforcement response. It demonstrates calculated framing, converting chaotic moment into definitive battle between order and forces seeking our nation's foundational destruction.
So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully.
Behind every sensational headline, every tumultuous incident lies human cost. This attack, however swiftly neutralized, exacted real price. The invisible dangers faced by those protecting our leaders prove staggering, often unnoticed, until moments like these force them into stark visibility. While public focus centers on prominent figures, it's anonymous heroes in uniform who place themselves directly in harm's path, making split-second decisions that alter history's course and preserve countless lives. The revelation that one officer took gunfire cuts through political rhetoric and media speculation, grounding the incident in brutal, concrete reality, emphasizing these aren't abstract threats but actual bullets, real wounds, genuine lives at risk. The immediate danger was severe, but critically, the officer survived because he wore obviously superior body armor. This acknowledges foresight and equipping law enforcement with tools necessary to survive such encounters, highlighting the perpetual silent war between evolving threats and technology designed to counter them. The description of shooting from extremely close range with highly powerful weapon creates chilling imagery, stressing the lethality and tremendous impact the officer absorbed, sobering acknowledgement of how quickly normalcy becomes existential struggle. Yet then the pivot the armor held. Simple statement yet profound, confirming preparation and systems designed to minimize catastrophic outcomes. Trump's personal involvement. I spoke with the officer recently, and he's doing wonderfully, provides rare glimpse of compassion and direct leadership connection, humanizing the incident while demonstrating authority and strength, converting near tragedy into story of triumph and dedication.
We're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find.
This becomes deeply personal. One officer struck by gunfire, not abstract statistic, but tangible consequence, where protectors' vulnerability becomes devastatingly real. Yet immediately the account shifts from harsh reality to preparation vindication, saved by wearing highly effective body armor. This exceeds mere fortune. It's protocol confirmation, investment in protective equipment, addressing perpetual silent warfare against escalating threats. The powerful weapon fired from close proximity emphasizes the assault's tremendous force, making the armor's performance increasingly critical. The armor held, basic phrase yet carrying immense weight, representing triumph against immediate peril, providing confidence, proving the system functioned in this crucial moment. Then human connection. I spoke with the officer recently, and he's doing wonderfully. This surpasses mere update. It's direct personal engagement. Trump isn't relaying secondhand information. He's confirming direct contact with the hero, presenting the officer in excellent spirits with remarkably high morale, defiant portrait of strength. The final touch, we shared our love and respect, and he's incredibly honorable person, tremendously proud of his Secret Service work, strengthens public perception, deep gratitude, tactical embrace of law enforcement, public appreciation transcending simple duty, elevating the officer's sacrifice and survival into shared honor. This segment transforms potentially devastating incident into heroism, preparation, and ultimate victory for protective forces, communicating strength and unwavering support for those in critical positions, converting near catastrophe into powerful morale boost. This disturbing reality saturates contemporary political atmosphere. The correspondents' dinner attack, while shocking, fits into troubling pattern, harsh recognition that political discourse has devolved into something far more dangerous for many. The line between ideological opposition and absolute hatred has blurred, manifesting in violent acts threatening democratic processes' foundation. Trump throughout his political journey has been lightning rod for both devotion and fierce hatred, his public statements generating intense reactions, making him constant target. Assassination attempts on major political figures constitute grim reality he himself references constantly, the weight of such threats proving enormous, affecting security protocols and casting long shadows over political movements. References to Butler, Pennsylvania and Palm Beach, Florida aren't casual mentions, they're deliberate citations to previous near misses, intensely personal experiences shaping his worldview and political arena understanding. By invoking these events, Trump isn't merely recounting history, he's drawing direct lines, presenting current incident not as isolated act but as component of sustained campaign against him and by extension, the Republic. This narrative creates perpetual vulnerability perception, ongoing battle against shadowy forces, yet after detailing this targeting sequence, Trump makes surprising transition, shifting from warfare language to plea for resolving our differences peacefully. This move, coming immediately after reviewing assassination attempts, proves deeply strategic, seeking to elevate discourse, establish himself not just as target but as leader, promoting national healing through complicated duality, recognizing authentic violence while appealing to higher civic responsibility.